So apparently the Fever just leaked their starting five. According to this graphic right here,
WNBA fans, brace yourselves. The ground is shifting and the Indiana Fever are at the epicenter of what could be a league-altering earthquake. Forget the familiar WNBA hierarchy because whispers are turning into shouts and leaked graphics are fueling a wildfire of speculation. Is the Indiana Fever's rumored starting five about to detonate the landscape as we know it? This isn't just about a team improving, it's about a potential power vacuum being filled with pure, unadulterated Fever fire. Prepare for a season of seismic shifts because Indiana isn't just knocking on the door, they're kicking it down.
Sophie Cunningham, the first player off the bench to provide lineup versatility and shooting. Either way, there are a lot of options.
The internet exploded when that graphic dropped, and for good reason. Picture this constellation on the court. Caitlin Clark, the rookie prodigy, Kelsey Mitchell, the scoring virtuoso, Dana Bonner, the season champion, Natasha Howard, the defensive pitbull, and Aaliyah Boston, the rising paint queen. 2 rookies of the year, 3 max contracts, the math screams super team. This isn't just assembled talent, it's a meticulously constructed powerhouse, engineered for dominance. The buzz is deafening and the WNBA is holding its breath. Indiana isn't just entering the conversation, they're threatening to redefine it.
And yeah, this is apparently what it's going to be. Caitlin Clark at the 1, Kelsey Mitchell at the 2, DeWanna Bonner at the 3, Natasha Howard at the 4, and Aaliyah Boston at the 5. Obviously.
Let's start where all good stories do, with Caitlin Clark.
Hold up, did you catch that? Sophie Cunningham, projected starter, rumored to be coming off the bench. In the cutthroat world of pro sports, this usually spells drama, but Cunningham's reaction? Pure, unadulterated class. Instead of ego, she's radiating team spirit, embracing her role with open arms. This isn't just accepting a change, it's a statement. Chemistry trumps individual glory in Indiana. It's a rare, potent ingredient that hints at a truly special team dynamic. Could Cunningham's selflessness be the secret sauce to championship contention?
Because in order for the Fever to achieve the goals that they have in front of them, everyone is going to need to buy into their role, and it's up to Stephanie White to put the best lineups out there, the best lineup combinations, and all of that. I took a stab at projecting what the starting 5 will be, and it's, not a huge leap, but obviously Caitlin Clark's going to be the point guard.
Let's be real. Talent alone is a paper tiger without chemistry. History is littered with star-studded teams that imploded due to ego and infighting. Championships are forged in the fires of shared purpose, mutual respect, and selfless sacrifice. And Cunningham's bench embrace, it's a neon sign pointing to a culture shift in Indiana. This team isn't chasing individual accolades, they're hunting collective glory. Chemistry is their X factor, the invisible force multiplier turning talent into an unstoppable force. This isn't just a good sign, it's a potential game changer.
Kelsey Mitchell, the shooting guard, the most potent backcourt in the WNBA. I think DeWanna Bonner will be the Swiss Army knife kind of player at the 3.
Forget predictable starting 5s, the Fever are ushering in an era of strategic fluidity. They don't just have 5 starters, they boast 9 players capable of leading the charge. This roster depth unlocks a coaching chessboard of endless possibilities, adaptable lineups, matchup exploitation, opponent guessing games. Stephanie White holds a tactical trump card. This isn't just depth, it's strategic weaponry, giving Indiana a chameleon-like ability to morph and dominate any opponent, any style. Rivals are facing not just a team, but a strategic enigma.
Natasha Howard fills that hole that they had at power forward, especially they were lacking somebody who could run the floor, catch and finish. Aaliyah Boston is the center who doesn't hunt for shots, but can be a key cog on both ends.
Caitlin Clark has landed, and the WNBA offense is about to get a serious upgrade. Forget traditional point guard play. Clark is a visionary, a playmaker with a scorer's instinct. Her court vision is borderline psychic. Her range extends to the stratosphere. Defenses are scrambling, game plans are being rewritten. The Clark effect is real. She's not just joining the league, she's warping it around her gravitational pull. Clark's arrival isn't just a player addition, it's a paradigm shift in offensive basketball.
It was already tougher to load up on Kelsey Mitchell last year because Caitlin Clark was there. And when Kelsey's able to get out in transition, she's so fast. And when she's able to take you one-on-one, there ain't much you can do.
Stephanie White's task is monumental, transform a galaxy of stars into a cohesive constellation. This isn't just coaching, it's orchestral conducting, ego management, strategic brilliance, motivational finesse. She needs it all. White's not just drawing plays, she's harmonizing talents, ensuring each player's brilliance amplifies the whole. It's a delicate balance, a high-stakes game of chess on the hardwood. Indiana's championship hopes rest on White's ability to conduct this extraordinary ensemble into a symphony of success.
The all-time great.
When you think about the great point guards and post players that our game, not just our league, but our game has seen, they are going to go down in history as the greatest. And I'm excited about the opportunity to work with them. I'm excited about the opportunity that we have to build from those starting points and build out, and for the longevity that those two could have in Indiana, in Indianapolis, and hanging banners in this building.
Let's dissect this rumored starting five, starting with the engine room, the backcourt, point guard, Caitlin Clark, the offensive conductor, shooting guard, Kelsey Mitchell, the scoring inferno. Together, a backcourt pairing poised to ignite the WNBA. Clark's playmaking genius feeding Mitchell's scoring artistry. It's a defensive nightmare waiting to happen. This isn't just a backcourt, it's a dual combustion engine ready to leave defenses in ashes. Prepare for offensive fireworks, courtesy of Clark and Mitchell.
For wins now.
So I saw Sophie Cunningham talk about how she is thrilled to join a supporting role next to Caitlin Clark and that she's playing on a stacked Fever squad.
Kelsey Mitchell. Unguardable isn't just a label, it's a scouting report. Her scoring arsenal is a weapon of mass offense. Pull-up jumpers in your face, explosive drives to the rim, step-back threes from NBA range. Defenders are left grasping at air. She's not just a scorer, she's a scoring phenomenon, a force of nature with the ball. Containing Mitchell isn't about stopping her, it's about damage control. Opposing coaches are already losing sleep, strategizing how to slightly slow down this scoring machine.
I am really excited, and I didn't come here for the spotlight. I didn't come here to have more eyes. I came here to win. And I really do think that with the group that we have, that we are going to win. We are going to get a championship.
Dana Bonner, the Swiss Army knife of the WNBA, versatility personified, experience unmatched. At 6'4", she's a mismatch machine, stretching defenses with her range, punishing smaller defenders in the post. But Bonner brings more than skills. She brings championship DNA. Playoff tested, battle hardened, a proven winner. This isn't just a player, it's a veteran anchor, injecting poise and championship pedigree into the Fever's core. Bonner isn't just filling a roster spot, she's elevating the entire team's winning IQ.
When I just kind of heard what they were doing, and of course you have Caitlin, who's drawn eyes from all around the world. That was like, why would I not? Why not be a part of something great? You go from Diana, and now you're going to a team who is going to be a contender for a championship. And so I'm stoked about this year.
Natasha Howard arrives, and the Fever frontcourt gets a jolt of pure energy. Tenacity is her trademark, transition her playground. Defensively, she's a havoc wreaker, racking up steals and deflections, igniting fast breaks with her speed and athleticism. Offensively, she's a rim runner extraordinaire, finishing with power and precision. Indiana needed frontcourt grit and athleticism. Howard delivers in spades. She's not just a player addition, she's a frontcourt energizer, injecting a vital dose of intensity and dynamism.
Sophie Cunningham, who I mentioned before, who I do think will be the first player off the bench because of all of the things she can bring to the team, where they can go small with her and spread the floor. I mean, you can go real small. You could play Howard at center and Cunningham at the 4, something like that. Really space the floor out and give teams a different look. She can play a traditional spot on the wing, of course, and she has a little bit more, I think they're listed at the same height, but she has a little bit more length and size, I believe, than Lexi Hull. And that's, another shooter out on the floor.
Alia Boston, anchoring the paint, commanding respect. Rookie of the Year was just the prelude. Now dominance is the expectation. Her footwork is balletic, her strength undeniable, her basketball IQ off the charts. Silent assassin fits perfectly efficient, impactful, quietly devastating. She's not just a center, she's a paint monarch, controlling the interior with poise and power. Boston isn't just a rising star, she's the foundation of Indiana's front court future, a force ready to reign supreme.
We're going to be a phenomenal group. I'm excited for all the other pieces that came in this offseason with me. And so when I really see what I can do here, I'm confident in that, but I really am just excited for the big picture of what everyone brings to this team.
Envision the Fever's starting 5 not as individuals, but as instruments in a perfectly tuned orchestra. Clark conducts, dictating tempo and flow. Mitchell's violin solos with scoring brilliance. Bonner's cello provides versatile depth. Howard's drums drive the rhythm and pace. Boston's bass anchors the power in the paint. Synergy, not just talent, that's the key. Their spacing is a coach's nightmare, their collective IQ off the charts. This isn't just a team, it's a basketball symphony ready to unleash harmonious dominance.
On an opposing team's primary scorer, Hull is the go-to option. If spacing is the priority, she's your solution there too.
And then there's Lexi Hull, who was relied upon a little bit too much a season ago. You know, Lexi's a little undersized to guard some of the players that she had to guard and would get in foul trouble. And when she got in foul trouble, it was really debilitating for the team. Now I think she can bring that energy all the time and not have to worry about the foul trouble because of the lineup versatility that they have. For Lexi, the key is, can she continue to hit at the clip from three that she did the second half of last season? And she's got to get better at finishing around the cup. I mean, that's an area of improvement.
Opposing coaches, prepare for sleepless nights. The Fever's starting five presents a tactical labyrinth. Focus on Clark, Mitchell erupts. Collapse inside, perimeter rain pours down. There are no easy answers, no simple defensive fixes. Offensively, they're equally balanced. Scoring, spacing, defense, experience, a rare, potent cocktail. This isn't just about outscoring opponents, it's about strategically dismantling them. Indiana isn't just a threat, they're a tactical puzzle, a defensive enigma.
I think we've seen a lot of Brianna Turner working out with the team. I think her ability to set screens, hopefully catch and finish, could give her some minutes, because Aaliyah Boston really the only kind of what you would consider a center on the squad at this moment.
Forget rookie status. Clark and Boston are already playing like seasoned veterans, and their on-court connection is sparking pure magic. This isn't just about individual brilliance, it's about a synergistic partnership that could define the WNBA for years to come. Boston's textbook screens freeing up Clark for open looks, Clark's pinpoint passes finding Boston in perfect scoring position. It's basketball poetry in motion. Coach White isn't just seeing potential, she's envisioning an all-time great duo. Their chemistry is still in its infancy, yet it already looks like a force of nature. The WNBA is witnessing the dawn of a potentially legendary pairing in Clark and Boston.
Colson maybe plays a little bit more than we figured, because Clark will get spelled a bit more often this season, I would imagine. I also could see some Clark Colson two-guard lineups out there at times to let Clark play off the ball a little bit more, to let Colson apply defensive pressure.
Stephanie White isn't just coaching for wins this season, she's architecting a dynasty. Her vision extends far beyond immediate success, aiming for sustained dominance and a legacy etched in WNBA history. All-time greats isn't just hyperbole when she speaks of Clark and Boston, it's the benchmark she's setting for the entire franchise. This isn't about a flash in the pan, it's about building a perennial powerhouse, a team synonymous with championship contention for years to come. White's ambition is palpable. Her focus unwavering. Indiana isn't just aiming for a title, they're building a dynasty to rule the WNBA.
You'll see Clark in motion more this year to free her up for cleaner looks. You know, Clark's three-point percentage was not probably where it needed to be. I think one way to get that up is to get her cleaner looks off the ball at times, though she should still have the ball the lion's share of the time. What they really did do is add those rim runners around her.
The Fever's secret weapon? Depth that's not just good, it's game-altering. Cunningham, Hull, Turner, Colson. This isn't your typical second unit, it's a bench overflowing with starter-caliber talent. The drop-off from starters to reserves? Non-existent. This isn't just depth, it's a relentless wave of talent ensuring constant pressure for 40 minutes. Indiana's bench isn't just supporting the starters, it's amplifying their impact, creating a level of sustained intensity rarely seen in the WNBA. Prepare for a team that brings the heat from tip-off to final buzzer.
So
with
I also
no
want
let-up.
our players to use their instincts and to play free. You know, we want to make plays, not run plays, right? We want to have sets that give us certain spacing that we want, depending upon our rotations, who's on the floor, who we want to attack, what matchups we want to get to, how can we manipulate them. So we'll have certain play calls that just give us space to operate, and then whichever play we make, whichever pass we make determines, you know, one of three actions that our players can read from. And so really giving them the freedom to play within a system.
Sophie Cunningham's bench role isn't a demotion, it's a strategic masterstroke in veteran leadership. Her selfless embrace of this role speaks volumes about her team-first mentality. No ego, no drama, just unwavering commitment to winning. She's not just a player coming off the bench, she's a culture carrier, setting the tone for selflessness and team unity. Cunningham's leadership, even from the second unit, is an invaluable asset, a potential catalyst for championship chemistry. Her attitude isn't just admirable, it's infectious, permeating the entire Fever roster with a winning spirit.
And then, of course, when you have more weapons, a lot of people are worried. I don't think they have players who need the ball to score, but they have more players who can score, which is going to make it tougher to load up. It was already tougher to load up on Kelsey Mitchell last year because Caitlin Clark was there. And when Kelsey's able to get out in transition, she's so fast. And when she's able to take you one-on-one, there ain't much you can do. And then Clark, the same thing. What are you going to do now? You're going to have to pick your poison because you're going to send the whole defense at her again. Well, she's going to pick you apart. They have 5 players who were in the top 30 in scoring last year.
Lexi Hull, the ultimate spark plug igniting Indiana's second unit. Her defensive intensity is relentless, a non-stop barrage of pressure from baseline to baseline. And she's not just a defensive specialist. Hull's three-point shot provides crucial spacing and offensive firepower off the bench. Undersized but overflowing with heart and hustle, she's the epitome of a high-impact role player. Hull's energy is contagious, her contributions essential to maintaining the Fever's relentless pace. She's the bench dynamo, bringing instant energy and two-way impact whenever she steps on the court.
What the Fever really needed last year, they got killed on the boards at times. They got killed defensively at times. They lacked a little bit of toughness and oomph. And I think, collectively, the new players fill that mold. I mean, they got players that have been around the block. Sophie is tough and tenacious. That Dewana Bonner has been in every situation imaginable, right? So all of that is huge. Same with Howard. That experience, that's something Sydney Colson talked about, who also has the experience. Everybody that's coming in is having the experience, and it's not often you see such a drastic overhaul.
Brianna Turner operates in the shadows, but her impact is undeniable, a hidden gem in Indiana's front court. She's not a flashy scorer, but her screens are bone-jarring, creating open lanes for Clark and others to operate. Defensively, she's a rock, providing crucial interior presence and rebounding muscle. Turner is the quintessential role player, doing the dirty work, the unglamorous tasks that win championships. Her contributions may not always show up in highlight reels, but her value to the Fever is immense. Turner is the unsung hero, the glue holding the interior together with grit and determination.
This year, I basically said there were 4 reliable players in Clark, Mitchell, Boston, and Hull. Everybody around that has been reconfigured, and the coach. And, the coach has familiarity with Bonner. She also has familiarity with how to guard Caitlin Clark.
Sydney Colson provides the Fever with something invaluable. Calm amidst the storm, her poise and floor generalship are essential, especially for a team with a young superstar like Clark. Colson's steady hand at the point allows Clark to rest without the offense losing its rhythm. She manages the game clock, directs the offense, and keeps everyone on the same page with veteran savvy. Colson isn't just a backup point guard. She's a calming influence, a stabilizing force bringing veteran leadership to a team brimming with youthful energy. Her presence is quiet confidence, a steadying hand guiding the Fever's ship.
And as much as the starting 5 is pretty much dead set right now, I could potentially see one of Sophie Cunningham or Lexi Hull maybe breaking into that starting lineup. I could see that happening at different stages during the year.
Indiana's strategy for Clark isn't static point guard play, it's dynamic Curry-esque chaos. Forget standing still at the top of the key. Clark will be in perpetual motion, a whirlwind of cuts, screens, and off-ball movement. This constant motion is designed to scramble defenses, create mismatches, and unleash her lethal shooting range from unexpected angles. The Fever offense isn't about set plays, it's about orchestrated freedom, empowering Clark to exploit defensive weaknesses with relentless movement. Prepare for an offense that's unpredictable, uncontainable, and built around Clark's boundless offensive creativity.
Do we not remember with Temi? Do we not remember they had a picture of Stephanie White with 6 players? And they were allowed to protect 6 players, and it was Temi as one of the 6? Do we not remember that? Turns out they protected Dantas instead of Temi.
The Fever offense is engineered to be chaotic, unpredictable, and utterly lethal. 5 scoring threats constantly rotating, cutting, and reading defenses in real time. It's a nightmare for opposing game plans. Pick and rolls morph into handoffs. Handoffs become backdoor cuts. The floor is stretched to its breaking point. Defenses are forced into impossible choices, constantly overloaded and out of position. This isn't just efficient offense, it's strategically designed chaos, a system built to overwhelm and dismantle even the most disciplined defenses. Prepare for offensive fireworks and defensive breakdowns against the Fever's relentless attack.
I do believe people give way too much credit to social media managers and accounts for the, behind the scenes knowledge that they might have about a team. So I wouldn't take that to the bank, because those were the players that were on the graphic. They could have just been randomly chosen.
The sudden departure of Tammy Fagbenle is a puzzling twist, raising eyebrows and sparking speculation. A seemingly key player protected from expansion drafts now suddenly gone. Why? Is it a calculated move for roster flexibility, opening up trade options down the line, or a long-term strategic play we haven't yet deciphered? The Fagbenle mystery hints at a deeper game being played behind the scenes. Indiana's front office isn't just focused on the present, they're strategically maneuvering for future advantages, and this move suggests more surprises may be in store.
But I genuinely think Coulson, Hull, Cunningham, Dantas, Bree Turner would actually win versus last year's starting five. Because obviously Kelsey Mitchell was injured, Erica Wheeler's Erica Wheeler, Caitlin Clark just wasn't ready, and she was playing shooting guard a lot of that game, let's be real. Aaliyah Boston was not great coming into the season, and Alyssa Smith was arguably their best player. Like, that's the craziness of that. And like, the Fever are so freaking stacked as a team.
This isn't a rebuild, it's a full-blown rebirth. The Indiana Fever are done with rebuilding phases, they're here to contend, and they're here to win now. Seasoned veterans anchoring a core of explosive young talent, the pieces are in place for a championship run. Led by Caitlin Clark, they're not just aiming for the playoffs, they're aiming for the WNBA Summit. Are you excited for this WNBA season? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more Fever breakdowns. Click the next video on screen and get ready. The Indiana Fever are coming, and they're coming for the top.